Unemployment rate in India worsened again in September 2025. Youth unemployment stood at 15%, for all age group 5.3%. Author, Dr. Gyan Pathak. Unemployment rate in India worsened again in September 2025. Sharpest rise registered in youth unemployment, which stood at 15% in current weekly status, CWS, for the age group 15 to 29 years, while it was 5.2% for the age group 15 years and above, and for all ages it was 5.3%. Periodic Labour Force Survey Monthly Bulletin for September 2025 shows that youth unemployment increased from 14.6% in August and 13.8% in April. In the month of June, youth unemployment rate was as high as 15.3%. For all age group, unemployment rate increased to 5.3% in September, from 5.1% in August, and 5.2% in July. For age group 15 years and above, unemployment rate increased to 5.2% in September from 5.1% in August. Female unemployment rate among youth remained at 17.8% in September compared to August, which was 14.4% in April. Unemployment rate among male youth stood at 13.9% in September as against 13.5% in August, and 13.6% in April. Youth unemployment rate in urban areas was however as high as 18.5% in September as against 18% in August, and 17.2% in April. Among females, it was as high as 26.4% in September, as against 25.7% in August, 25.1% in July, and 23.7% in April. Among males it was little better than females, but as high as 16% in September as against 15.6% in August and 15% in April. For all age group in urban areas, unemployment rate in September stood at 6.8%, for female 9.3% and for male 6%. Unemployment rate in rural areas was however much less than urban areas, which stood at 4.6% in September, 4.3% for females, and 4.7% for males. Nevertheless, unemployment rate among youth in the rural areas was as high as 13.3% in September, 14.1% among females and 13.0% in males. Between April and September, there was sharp rise in female unemployment rate in the rural areas from 10.7% to 14.1%, while for male it remained at 13%. Labour Force Participation Rate, LFPR, in CWS for persons of age 15 years and above in the country stood at 55.3% in September 2025. For persons of age 15 years and above in rural areas, it was 57.4%, and for urban areas it was 50.9%. LFPR among rural male of age 15 years and above was 78.1% during September 2025. For rural female of the same age group, LFPR during September 2025 was found to be 37.9%. In urban areas, LFPR among female of age 15 years and above during September 2025 was 26.1% compared to 75.3% observed for male of the same age group. LFPR among youth between age 15 to 29 was however 41.3%, among male youth 60.7% and female youth 21.7%. It clearly reflects that youth women's participation in the labour force is still very low, perhaps on account of the working environment is against the female labour force. LFPR among women is very bad even in other age groups. In the age group 15 year and above, LFPR for female was 34.1% in September as against 77.1% for male. For all age group, LFPR for male stood at 57.4%, while for female it was only 26.2%. In urban areas, LFPR for female was even less at 20.9% for all age group, 26.1% for 15 years and above, and 21.7% for females of age group 15 to 29 years. For rural females it was little better at 28.5% for all age group, and 37.9% for 15 years and above. Nevertheless, for youth females it was as low as 21.7% in September. Workers' Population Ratio, WPR, in CWS for persons of age 15 years and above in the country stood at 52.4% in September 2025. For persons of age 15 years and above in rural areas, it was 54.8% and 47.4% in urban areas. WPR among rural male of age 15 years and above was 74.4% during September 2025. For rural female of the same age group, WPR during September 2025 was found to be 36.3%. In urban areas, WPR among female of age 15 years and above during September 2025 was 23.7% compared to 70.8% observed for male of the same age group. WPR among youth of age group 15 to 29 was 35.1% in September, for female only 17.9% and for male 52.5%. For urban areas, female WPR for youth was only 16% as against 50.3% for males, and in rural areas WPR for female youth was 18.7% as against 53.1% among male youth. The data speaks for itself. There has been worsening scenario in the labor market, worse in urban areas than in rural areas, and worse for females for all age groups in both urban and rural areas compared to males. The data contradicts the Modi government's repeated claim that India's labor market is improving. Only a month ago, Union Minister of Labour and Employment Dr. Mansukh Mandavia had claimed, referring World Economic Forum, that India's unemployment rate was 2%, which was lowest among G20 nations, but his government's own data for September 2025 falsify all such fake claims.